And hello, everybody. Sorry about the interruption. After Australian taxpayers paid a squillion for internet, and we pay a squillion more for the ability to use it. That's why the stream ended, because it dropped out. And it's taken until now for the problems to be fixed. Nothing to do with me. The one thing about Southeast Asia, a lot of people view it as a third world country. It's not a third world country. The first time I ever flew into Thailand, I was gobsmacked with the freeways and God knows what. At that time, I worked for a government department. It was called Vic Roads, in other words, Victorian Roads. And I thought, this is some wonderful engineering. Wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. So I did my research. And I found out the government department that I worked for, they designed it, oversaw the projects and all the rest of it. You know, they earned some money out of it. Wonderful thing to do. But they couldn't fix a fucking pothole in a road because there was no budget. So when people talk about third world countries, they really want to look at their own backyard. That's just something to kick it up. I'm gonna put the link up. Anybody that wants to come on, you're quite welcome. Because it is an open stream. And what am I doing? Excuse me while I'm doing this. And there we go. There's the link if anybody wants to join. I'm going to pin that. So, yeah. So anyhow, like I say, I hadn't been streaming for quite a while. And that's because of some of the YouTube stuff and negativity. I used to, many years ago, always streamed on a Monday night. I was thinking about it. And it seems to be very funny that YouTube algorithms and that go, oh, we don't like this, we can't monetize it. Well, I'm not monetized. And who gives a fuck? And it really pissed me off. And a lot of the internet that channels and stuff like that I've been watching for many years, and people that are very professional, through this week, they've all put up, this is our last post on YouTube. Why? Because they had a guts full of them. They're all going over to different avenues to stream. For YouTube, Google, it's all about the money. It's not about the people. You're performing clowns. And talking about performing clowns, we've got one in the Thai genre. His name's Caprio, David Rogers. And his little band of fools, Stu D, Cambo the pathetic. And unfortunately, Simon, I'm going to name you too, because you're just as bad. Simon does it for a game. The others do it for a profession. They are professional e-beggars because they are pathetic human beings. They like to attack other people. And with these attacks of other people, when anything comes back to them, they run to the police and they're hard done by and God knows what. That was proven earlier on in the year. A man that was relentlessly doxed, God knows what, that reached out. The laws to God knows what just firstly told him to fuck off. And he went on a little bit of a holiday, a bit of a door knock and a bit of a talk. And all of a sudden, King Pathetic David Rogers runs to the police and says, "Oh, look what he's doing." Where a week prior, alone, there was no physical contact. Only cute little shorts. He was knocking on Barry the Boss, a disabled black man that does a bit of YouTube, picks up a couple of dollars, puts out his product, whatever. Good on you, Barry. The whole part about it, I've got no problems with Barry. The problem I've got is with you, David Rogers. You're a fucking liar. You're a pathetic piece of shit. You're a scammer and you're a professional e-beggar. And the one thing about it, your lies are going to catch up with you. Because like I said, the people in so-called control of everything like that you ran to, Davey, that somewhat protected you from what? They didn't listen to what you'd done because you pathetic little prick, lied. G'day, Leo. How you doing? And the whole part about it, Davey, I put in some complaints about you because what you fucking slander and carried on in an active investigation. I put a report in to your police station and they too lazy, too stupid, whatever. That means they weren't interested. So when I come over there and knock on your door, Davey, they don't give a fuck. But you will, because, Davey, the whole part about it, you're a pathetic maggot. Let's see how big your mouth is when I'm standing in front of you. Because that's my New Year's promise to you, Davey. I've already booked the ticket. You know, with all your qualifications and all your bullshit, Davey, show us some receipts. You haven't got any to show because you're a fucking liar. You know, the one part about it is there's quite a few of us within the Thai genre, and it's gone above that to a lot of genres, Davey, that you've tried to infiltrate and you're just a maggot, white ant. How pathetic are you, Davey? Tuna kahuna. Realistically, of all the bullshit, if we believe it about social media, you should be in jail. You're inciting half of this by giving these clowns, you know, a few dollars here and a few dollars there. Well, it's a little bit more than that, but you're inciting half of this. You should be in jail because you're a pathetic piece of fucking shit too. There's quite a few of you because you're only very small. Our groups are a lot larger. And as much as you don't like it, we're starting to band together to stamp out the pathetics like you, Davey. You fucking maggot. You gutless wonder. Hit the link, Davey, anytime you want. Because I'm in control of the microphone here. I'm in control, and you don't like that. You can't silence the microphone. You can't do your shit. You're too gutless to do it, Davey. And Stu D, you are a pathetic human being. To listen to these cunts and be a carbon copy. And the other pathetic, Cambo, you kitty fiddling fucking piece of shit. Then we've got Brent, the wonderful Brent, you fucking loser. What's all this come to? That's why I couldn't be bothered streaming when you got pathetic cunts like, yeah, well, I've decided to change my mind. I'm calling every one of you cunts out because that's all you are, pathetic cunts, e-beggars, losers in life. And yeah, you want to attack everybody else because you're jealous. You're nothing but jealous pieces of shit. Leo from Freo, jump up on the panel if you want. Anybody's welcome. Because at the end of the day, I've had enough of these cunts. And us people, yes, us, we're the ones that can put an end to it. As all we have to do is stay on the one page, the correct page. Truth. You know, Superman said it. Yeah, truth, justice, and fuck the American way, but the right way. That's what it's all about. Jealous people that can't do anything, or the fucking mongers or kiddie fiddlers like you, Cambo. You pathetic cunt. You're another one that I'm going to visit. Keep looking over your shoulder, Cambo. If one of those days I'll be tapping on it. And it's not far away. Because I've had a guts full of you fucking whinging fat fuck. You're like a fucking slug. You're a parasite on the fucking arse of society. And Stu D, you're just not far behind. And one thing about it, we're in the genres and stuff like that. There's been a lot of changes. A lot of people have come together because they've all fucking had a guts full of you cunts. And we're all sick of you cunts, pieces of shit, attacking us, our credibilities, our families. You're pathetic. So I would urge everybody to make sure that you have your, what do you call it? Not subscribe, but, so that you can see when they're on and report them for hateful speech, all the detrimental stuff they do. And they will get taken down. Jeff Northcote, welcome, mate. Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, 20 houses and countless, the whole part about it, that's a figment of his imagination. I did do a search on where Davey had his houses, and they're virtually cardboard houses. It's a slum. It's also the internet child capital of the fucking, Western world, if you call it the Western world. And Davey's quite proud that he's got, 20 cardboard boxes and internet onto them so they can do their child porn and fucking little porn things. Yeah, well done. Well, the one thing, Davey, I bought 4 farms since I've been home from Thailand and 2,000 head of stock. Can you do that, Davey? I don't think so. Because you haven't got 2 bob to rub together. That's why you and your dog go out and have a walk around at E-Beg. You pathetic piece of shit. Stu D. It's not too late for you to turn everything around. I remember when Rabbit was, I never minded Rabbit, a little bit misguided and whatever. He saw the light. He's come across to the other side. And he hasn't been ridiculed or anything like that. G'day, Craig, once again. Sorry about earlier on, the internet dropped out. You know, the billions of dollars that Australia spent on the internet, and yeah, it's like fucking the Philippines is better and it's fucked. But, you know, carry on. Yeah, you're right, Craig. You're right. It's the people that try and become something they are not. And they get very jealous of people that are just enjoying life, succeeding, and talking generally. Now, this stream wasn't going to be about this, but when the internet dropped out, I thought, no, I'm going to express my opinions, and I'm fucking sick of them. Absolutely sick of them. And the way they ridicule others. Well, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And that's the real part about it, Davey. Stu, you're a fucking idiot. I think you're better than that, Stu. You only have to open your fucking ears, open your mind, and you'll realise that. You had a chance to meet me in Bangkok going back 2 years ago, Stu. But you did the run and hide. I never had a problem with you then, Stu. But I have now. A big fucking problem. You don't want to meet me now. G'day, Megan. You're back again. Yeah, the internet dropped out, Megan. Yeah, so much for the squillions we pay for fucking internet per month, and the dollars that us, the taxpayers, paid for that to get shitty internet. Thank God for the NBN, Megan. Anyhow, Megan, I'm having a bit of a go at some of the haters, the bullshit in one genre that I kind of get into, or a couple of genres. And as big a maggot as Caprio is and all the rest of it, he is no different to the Philippine genre, Brian Smith, and how stupid, and I mean brain dead fucking idiots that he has as the base of his crap. He's not a very good salesman. He should be jailed for torturing animals. The whole part about it, he should be jailed for being a disgusting human being and all these scams and all the rest of it. But good luck to him. No different to little Davey. Spiel it out there. Reel it in like a fish, Come on, everybody, give me a couple of bob and all the rest of it. Davey, the only job you've ever had in your fucking life has been a cleaner at everywhere that you say you worked at, except for the prison when you got pulled into line by the inmates. And thank God, and I mean thank God, you didn't get pregnant. You pathetic piece of shit. But there you go. There's two perfect pieces of shit. Philippine genre that he knows nothing about, but that carries on that he knows everything about, is David Rogers. And then the Philippine genre, we've got one just as pathetic, if not worse, is Brian Smith. Yes, globally they're different, but they are exactly the same, like carbon copies. E-beggars, ridicule everybody else and their followers. Oh, attack this person, attack that person. That's inciting. That's illegal in every country. If you want to defend yourself, stand up for yourself. If you don't want to be fucking ridiculed, well, talk the truth. One thing about it, I'm talking the truth right now, and you won't like it. That'll give you a fucking 6 months worth of content, you pack of pricks. Right, time to start reading the chat. I've just been off on my own little tangent here. Yes, jealousy is a big thing, Craig. And, you're right there, Craig. Look, I've got a lot of time for Craig. Sometimes he can be a fucking idiot, but I've got a lot of time for Craig. And Megan and Jeff. Yeah, that's it, Megan. I hate people like that. A donation to a good charity or a friend or, whatever. And who knows, one day I might fucking monetize. And that's because fucking StreamYards and shit like that's got stupidly expensive. Right at the moment, we're fine, so we won't be doing that. Jeff, yeah, Davey is a cowardly little fucking gutter snipe. I'm going to put that on the screen, Jeff. Hang on. What do I do? Show. That's it. I've got to get used to doing this again, Jeff. Sorry. Davey is a cowardly little gutter snipe. From the day, the whole part about it. The Brian Smith in the Philippines, the David Rogers in Polkington, York, in England, are no different. They're selling doom and gloom. Look at me, I'm fantastic, and send me some money. They are nothing more than e-beggars. That's all they are, is e-beggars. What content do they give? Doom, gloom, drama. Everybody else is beneath them. If you believe that, you're sillier than them. G'day Tracy, how you doing? Welcome along. It's not kind of the stream that I normally do, Tracy. I'm a bit pissed off, Tracy. I'm pissed off with the world and how the assholes get a free pass card, and when other people come up and challenge that, they get ridiculed. Well, I was always brought up with, before you ridicule anybody else, have a look at yourself. And that's the real part about it. I don't believe I'm a bad person. Yes, I can be if you push that wrong button. I don't live a clean living life. I drink a few beers and I smoke a few cigarettes. I provide for my family and extended family. I'm a really terrible person for doing that, like fucking hell. These two people I mentioned earlier, David Rogers, Brian Smith. Two different genres, Thailand, Philippines. Project themselves as being perfect exhibition. Oh, no, not exhibition. It's anyway, perfect people of the human race. Where in actual fact they're nothing but scumbags, lowlifes, e-beggars. And if you send them a donation and ask them to, fucking do 3 backflips or whatever, they'll do it. It was like when David Rogers got sent some money by Tuna Kahuna, Canadian. Realistically, a criminal inciting violence. Yes, Davey went out and whatever, and he said, the police just spoke to him. Bullshit, Davey. You were arrested. The charge sheet's there. But you won't show it, Davey. Nor shall I. And one of these days, Davey, you're going to come clean when you're in front of the magistrate and all the rest of the stuff comes out. You're a pathetic human being, Davey. And what have you attracted? The wonderful Stu D. Bit of a brain dead, bit of a whatever. You corrupted him. He's just a carbon copy of you now. Aren't you happy, Davey? You've ruined somebody's life. Brian Smith, inciting lots of things. You know, the whole part about it, he thinks he's safe in the Philippines. There's a few people, because of mental illness, got off a few charges in Australia. But did they really? Because people have got longer memories than 5 minutes on the internet. Because some of this stuff goes on for years. And that's what's been happening. And that's why I'm talking about it. I've had a lot of associations with people. Some of them been good. Some of them haven't been so good. I don't think I've got any real enemies. There are people that like me, people that dislike me. Doesn't worry me. I can actually walk out in public without a problem anytime, day or night. But the one part about it is, can these people, they've got to be careful where they go. They're very guarded of everything. I've always been a very open person. When this house was getting built, I put it up there. And I've been saying, yes, I need to do a video of the finished product. And I promise you that it will be coming. The place looks like a rubbish tip because we're, moved between there and working out stuff. But anyhow, I'll do it. And I don't care about the rubbish tip or what anybody's got to say with it. But the whole thing is, I've got nothing to hide. I come under a lot of ridicule at times. Megan. Yes, there's a few. But anyhow, that's because I speak my mind, Megan. Jeff, you're in a transit land. So, well, you enjoy your trip, Jeff, and stay safe, mate. And I hope to catch you soon. Yes, it happens, Megan. And years ago when I first started off on YouTube, I used to run a half-hour show, and it slowly progressed on. I remember when I got my first troll, I had about 300 subscribers, and real ones, not bought ones. And I got my first troll, and I thought, oh, look, I've made the big time. I got a troll. A bloke that's trolling me. Oh, fuck. Wish you'd get a life, and it made me so happy. I got a troll. It comes into jealousy. Look, I don't care. G'day, Trent. How you doing, mate? I tell you what, buddy, Trent, I really, from the bottom of my heart, wish you and everybody else as well, that next year is going to be better, a wonderful Christmas, and again, a wonderful next year. And it's good to see you, Trent. I know we can talk if we want, and I know you had stuff that you got to work out, but it's great to see you on the stream, Trent. And I really mean that, mate. But yeah, getting back to getting back to me. I'm a pretty open person. I've had lots of experiences in life. Some I wouldn't wish upon others. But the whole part about it, I don't, even the fuckwits. One of these days they're going to wake up at one morning and say, what have I done? Whatever. And that is on the internet to a certain extent. The hate channels, that kind of stuff, are slowly losing their momentum. A lot of that came when the disease we had to have shut us all down. People got angry and things like that. Well, everybody had their frustrations. But then it started getting very personal with some. And why was that? Because of jealousy. Because, they thought they were better than, and whatever. No one's better than anybody else. We're all human beings. If you've got $2 in the bank or $2 million in the bank, it doesn't mean that I'm going to treat you any different. If you're a fair income person, that's the way I'll treat you. If you got $2 million in the bank, I'm not going to bow down to you. I don't give a shit. It's the person you are. And that's the real thing about a whole lot of it. And this is what's missing from YouTube nowadays. It's all, look at me. I'm showcasing being a fucking idiot or whatever because I want the views. I don't care if I get the views or not. The truth is the truth. People will watch you. They will come and talk to you. They will want to, if you're a fair income person. Yes, you're not going to get hundreds and hundreds of views or anything like that. But if you put out a product, as in a stream, and you go to bed of a night and you say, I'm really happy about that, and go, bang, you're asleep, that means you did a good stream. If you're tossing and turning for half the night, oh, this one was that and that one was that, that means you're a barsehole. That means you're a piece of shit. That means you're a liar. That means you're jealous of other people. Because if people are jealous of other people, that's when they start ridiculing them. If somebody's a liar, I'll call them out straight away. I don't like bullshit. Right, just excuse me for a minute. I'll just catch up on the chat. Yeah, Trent, we do, and down the track, a lot of things show. Yeah, I actually feel blessed with my subscribers, which are real subscribers, and they've stuck with me, even though I've kind of got the shits on and whatever. But every time I kind of come out, people come out and say, g'day, Johnny, show me a bit of support, and that's where I really feel blessed, because yeah, there's a lot of channels that have got 300 people watching, but are they really watching? G'day, Grant. The whole thing about YouTube is, you can pay a little bit of money and buy yourself some subscribers. You can buy yourself whatever. This is, g'day, Ting Tong. G'day, mate. Welcome along. This is not that. And it never will be. The whole part about it is, Ting Tong, I'll just highlight that one. This is exactly what we're talking about. Caprio's jealous of Colin and Simon Beach and that. The whole part about it is, Colin in a genre does a stream. I've met the person face to face. I think he's a bloody good bloke. We can all go over the low in a bit, especially when you're out drinking and shit like that. But at the end of the day, he's a genuine hell of a nice bloke. He's been shit canned by the idiot brigade, which is unfounded. And why is that? Jealousy. Mr. Perrin, welcome back. You can join in anytime you want, Mr. Perrin. Just click the link the same as anybody else. South, g'day, mate. I'm blessed. Thank you, South, for joining in. You also, sir, anybody can click the link and join in. Even you, Grant. Because I'm talking to a blank screen, but that's okay. I've done that plenty of times myself. And I don't take tablets for it either. It's for me. I've been doing this kind of stuff, for years, and to see the decline in what is so-called entertainment or putting out a product or whatever, where to just sit and shit can somebody else for 2 hours with absolute bullshit, no proof, whatever, happens to get hundreds and hundreds of views, and a person, and not only myself, but there's a lot of people that don't get a lot of views when they're putting out real truths. That's a bit of a shame. But some people like drama, some people don't. I don't mind mixing it up, the real part about it, or a debate. But I think for wellness of life, it's better to be happy than sad. It's better to be joyful than the negative side of things. Yeah, you're right, Megan. It's quality. If you've got a bunch of friends, depending on life circumstances, there seems to be always one that's negative about anything and everything. Well, they're the ones that I kind of brush off, It was like today, like I was talking earlier. Out talking to a mate, and he's kind of gone through a separation, gone through the payout thing, the divorce part, and he's still a bit bitter, and a wedding coming up. And I said, look, mate, there's going to be stuff. It's your daughter's day, not yours. Just shut your friggin' mouth. And do it. I said, you can go home and kick the cat if you want. I don't like cats, by the way. Or cuddle the dog. But, I can understand both sides of it. But like I kept on saying, it's your daughter's day. It's not yours. It's not revenge. It's not this. It's not that. You do that your own time, And that kind of reflects back to some of this YouTube shit. Somebody's butt hurt about something. Well, get a fucking life, for Christ's sake. The real thing is, if you get too involved in it, it will affect your life, your health. And that's the real part about it. If you want to talk about your health, your life, your family, the best thing you can do is keep right away from it and keep out of it. But yes, the others try to draw you back in because that gives them content. If you don't respond, don't have anything to do with it, that fucks them right up. And do I care about that? I don't. I don't care about that. What I care about is sending a good message to good people that subscribe to my channel. And that I'm very humble about and feel very humble that you people are here tonight supporting me. So once again, if anybody would like to click the link and have a bit of a chat, that'd be terrific. Trent, do you want to hit the link, mate? There's a while since we've had a bit of a talk. Trent had a little bit of a rough spot there a little while back, and I think he's come back from that, and that's a good thing because he is a terrific bloke. I think everybody realistically has had a bit of a shake up in their lives. It's how they deal with it and how they come back, but it's got a lot to do with support too. Okay, Megan, good night, and thanks for coming on earlier on, and thank you for dropping in on the restream of the stream we were doing before because of the crappy internet. Take care, Megan. Now, here's an interesting one. We've all seen it on the news. It upset me quite a bit because the news in Australia, teenage girls poisoned in Thailand. No, that wasn't the truth. Typical media. They put the spotlight on Thailand when it actually happened in Laos. Completely different country. Thailand, with a good Samaritan, said, "Bring them down here, and we'll try and save them." Typical media, and the media. That one, I really made me angry because they were portraying Thailand, which is a lovely country, and what happened was in Laos. Completely different country. So when the media finally got told, not only by me, obviously many other people, that Thailand were the good guys by taking these people in to try and save their lives, which unfortunately didn't happen. The Laotian police arrested some staff. Surprise, it's always the staff. And the business owner was cooperating with police. The whole part about it is there were local hooch going into real bottles and sold out. It's all about the money. I've said it for many years. If it's an open bottle, don't drink it. Open your own bottles. And it's been said for 20 effing years. And here in Australia, we have schoolies, which is teenagers, fucking kids that think they're adults. Mummy and daddy says, "Oh, Whoopi did, you did really well at school." And they say, "Oh, we'd like to go Lumbabang because we can do the rafting down the river and all." Yeah, that's half of it. They haven't got the smarts in their head and their parents haven't done their research. That's how some of this stuff happens. And it's not only Lao, it happens lots of countries. There is unscrupulous people in every country. And to them, it's all about the money. And unfortunately, that's a shame. People died because of an unscrupulous dealer that then blamed his staff or he knew nothing about it. Bullshit. I call that bullshit. But at the end of the day, you can't bring back the dead. Should he be dead? Should all his family be dead? It's an interesting question. Do we go eye for an eye? Or do we take a knee and ask for forgiveness? Well, myself, If it was one of my children, I think they would have been a little bit smarter than whatever, because their old man would have told them. But the other part about it is, you're in, Steve. Um, the other part about it is, what are you going to do? The person, except for governments taking money and or whatever, it happened. The thing is, it should be more regulated like it is in the Western world, that these kind of things don't happen. Now, Thailand is probably a better medical system than we have in the so-called Western world. Half the medical system in the Western world, for the people in this Western world, would say it's a friggin' joke. Now, south in Cambodia, they're a bit sketchy with their medical compared to Thailand. But I know for a fact if he had a problem, he'd jump on a plane and go to Thailand. As far as Australia, there's a lot of things that cost thousands here that only cost hundreds, and the quality is better in Thailand. So to me, I will not entertain, people putting shit on Thailand, especially idiots in the media, which reach out to millions of people on unfounded accusations. They should be held accountable for that. Steve, what are you doing?
I'm just listening to you, John. It's been a great stream. I know I'm going to come on and fuck it all up, but I just had to come on because what you were saying about the Lao incident happens all the time.
I know.
People think that everybody in the world is going to take care of them and not give them shitty drinks. And I don't know if it's I don't think it comes from being old to realize that everybody in the world is trying to get a bit of money from you. I think I realized that when I was 20, 25 at the most.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Go on.
Is that when you got your first hooker? Was that when you got your first hooker? You realised everybody's out to get money from me. No, I'm joking, mate. I'm joking.
I know, but there was a great story in, and now it's a horrible story. Sorry, there was it's probably 15 years ago now, maybe 20, where a girl came over. Girls are really bad for this. They think they're super strong. I don't know if it's a feminist attitude or whatever. I'm glad Megan's gone because otherwise she'd kill me. But they seem to think they can take on the world.
Megan would not.
Even men can't take on the world. And there was a girl who, it was a second trip to Thailand. She went to Chiang Mai. It was the first 2 weeks of a holiday. So you would imagine, university educated girl, she's going over there for a second gap year or holiday during the summer.
Yeah.
So she would have had lots of money when she went over there. And she stayed in a guest house in Chiang Mai. Everybody told her, don't stay here. The owner of the place is a degenerate, horrible guy. But it was 50 baht a night. To anybody who doesn't understand Thailand, that's back then, 50 baht a night was close to 75 pence, 70 cents a night to stay in this hotel in Chiang Mai. Of course, the owner of the place raped her and killed her. Horrible story.
Mm.
But it's rather like walking down a horrible place in America and thinking you're king of the world, and you go, no, you've got big money. Do you follow where I'm going with this, Johnny? There
Well,
was another story in when I went to Barbados about 6 months before I got there. A girl went up into the mountains in Barbados, just touring. And of course, she came across I don't know whether it's a distillery or a drug factory or whatever, and they killed her, buried her. And there was an even better example. A girl actually said, I'm going to show you how good the world is. And she toured Iran or Iraq, raped and killed.
yeah.
And she was a YouTuber. And strangely enough, the YouTubes, look, the world isn't as nice as people think it is. Go on. Sorry, mate. I'm taking over. I don't mean to.
No. I was just going to add to that. Like we all have our children, and we put them on a pedestal, and like the daddy daughter thing. My little princess, and the son's always g'day slugger. Hey, we install that they are invincible to a certain extent because daddy's always there or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it has become popular, like South said, school is weak and all that. Well, when I was younger, you graduated, or you're not graduated, you got fucked off out of school if you passed or not. The whole part about it was nowadays it's a big thing. Oh yeah, and throw a bit of money at it. Oh, you've just spent all these years studying so hard. Bullshit. And you go and let your hair down. And the thing is, how many people have drug problems or whatever in the Gold Coast of Australia and other different locations that are very popular? So I'm pointing the finger at the media about bad reporting, but the whole part about it, you heard more about what happened in Laos and referring to Thailand than you did about the drug fucked idiots and the drunken assholes in Bali and all the other places, and that upset me because
I totally agree.
To me, Thailand is, as you know, my second home, and that really upset me. It really, really did, and that's why I've got no faith in any of the media.
And also, Johnny, people only read the headline. There's very few people who will go down through the. And look, I can't point to everyone. I'm the same. You read. I'm a bit better than most. I do read to say, well, what actually happened. But most people don't. In this generation, they read the headline. Girls drugged in Thailand. Girls die in Thailand from a I don't know what drug it was, but some sort of it wasn't a drug. It wasn't a drug. It was just they just added something to the alcohol, and I honestly think I've had some of those drugs. I don't mean it in a, but I've been to bars where they've said drink this vodka or whatever. Unfortunately, my body is quite good at saying no, it doesn't like it, and I'll spoon it up straight away. But I've had nights when that happened. Well, I say nights, 2 nights when that happened. I drank the shot that they gave me. Under 5 minutes later, my body expelled it.
Yeah. Well, the whole part about it is, as you know, I'm allergic to palm oil, and I can eat something, and then you go, well, that was quite tasty, but hang on, blip, and it's straight out. you know, well, I suppose I'm lucky in that way. But yeah, you're right, Trent. You can't
Let's
bring
just
back.
get the chat because we're ignoring the chat. Trent M.
Yeah,
Adult won't tolerate dummy spits and badgering to control their own way. That's why I taught my kids how to defend themselves very effectively. Trent M, I couldn't agree more. I think as a parent, all your only duty is to teach your children not to need you. Because you're not going to be there.
you've got to give them a fail safe, but you've got to also give them the ability to think themselves.
Yeah.
Like I know. I don't think I'm talking out of school. Trent's had some ups and downs, and
Right.
and the whole part about it when he's contributing to the chat. This is fair dinkum what he's saying, and I've got a lot of respect for Trent. I hope to one day, very soon, meet up with Trent. But that's life, and the one, like my kids weren't angels because they were never taught to be angels. They were never taught to be princes and princesses, and they were always taught to be. You are who you are. Put your stamp on the world.
Yeah. Johnny, I haven't got the power here to highlight. Can you highlight Trent M's?
Which one?
Where he says my son.
I can do that.
There you go. It's a lovely phrase. A short story that will take about 3 hours when I tell the story. But Trent, I think Trent, you'll understand this. I did a big mistake. I moved my family when my daughter was 12. I did it for work, I did it for promotion, did it for big money, and it was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. My daughter went to a new school where she was bullied because she had a little bit of puppy fat. It was horrible. I had to go and pick her up from school, and my son was 2 years older. We had to pick her up from school. She was so bullied. I had to move. I moved back to her old school. Within a week of me being back at her old school, I got a phone call. Mr. Perrin, yeah? I'm afraid your daughter's been involved in a fight at school. Oh, shit. Is she hurt? No, Mr. Perrin. She broke the other girl's nose. The other girl is in hospital. And I said, obviously, I'm sorry to hear that. Inside, I was thinking, good on you.
Fuck yeah.
And that sounds like a story, but I swear to you, it is 100% true. And it from that day to this day, she's the strongest girl you could ever meet. She's still a small girl, but she doesn't take shit from anybody.
Well, that's a good thing. Like people kind of look at, they're rather large or whatever, and I'm only small. Well, the whole part about it, that's got nothing to do with it. It's in between the ears, which is the real part about it. I've been a little bloke all my life, and the whole part about it is, you would get people that of a larger stature, that would try and pressure you or whatever, and the whole thing about it is they soon found out that it didn't matter how big you were. It was what was between the ears, because I always had the attitude,
Well, you've got a great Australian expression for this. It's not the size of the dog in a fight, It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Correct. That is correct. And
Yeah.
and that's the real. G'day, Az. How you going? Welcome. You know, the whole part about it is a lot of it comes from the home, the house they grew up in, because realistically, children are somewhat a mirror of their parent. And unfortunately, the bad reflections they always pick up first.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody wants the best for their child. Some people push it too far, which is above what a child's capabilities and things like that. But look, a person's going to be who they are. You can push and shove and you can do whatever. It's all you can do is direct them, you know, like lead them. You know, it's like lead a horse to water. If it don't want to drink, it won't, you know, type of thing. And it's no different with children or anything like that. If they want to learn, they will learn. If they don't want to, they won't. And it does. And the harder you push, the further away from they will go.
Mm. Can I just tell another story?
Yes, go for it.
You can always say no, Johnny.
Actually, you tell your story, and I'll go and have a quick puff on a cigarette. How's that?
Okay. I'm just answering Trent M. My daughter had a mate that was gay and getting bullied by the older brother. No, it's only reminded me of a story. It's not quite the same. But I've got two elder grandsons, which are, I think, mid-30s and just over 30. And the older one, when he was a young boy, he looked like Harry Potter. But he went into the parkour, you know, the running and stuff, where you jumped over buildings, and then he can genuinely knock out 200 press-ups without a worry. His physique is phenomenal. The younger brother, just the same, but has not got an evil bone in his body. And when they were at school, he's like the what do you call the quiet bear, or there's another expression for it. Other kids were bullying him, and the elder one just went up to him and said, "Look, the only one that's allowed to hit my brother is me." And that sounds like a contrived story, but honestly, it's 100% true. Stop bullying my brother, and as it turned out, the younger brother is physically stronger. You watch him punch a punch bag. And my mouse has died now, so I can't move. Okay, we're back. But no, look, I haven't done much in life. You know, I've been a trolley pusher for many years. What's your trolley collector? That's what yeah. They said I was a trolley collector for many years. That's absolutely true. Got a bloody good pension from doing it. But no, I haven't done much in life. But everybody in my family has become independently self-sufficient. My 25-year-old granddaughter has just bought a house. They all do well. And probably nothing to do with me. I would accept that. I'd accept that as a criticism. Maybe their genes are just good, and they've worked hard to get where they are. But it's such a nice feeling when you sit around a table, and it's lovely. Anyway, I'm getting not nostalgic, but yeah, I've made mistakes, but I've made the important things in life. I think I've done okay. Joe, we're going to be clipped for this, Johnny. Well, no, it's okay, because what I'm saying now will be forgotten by the time they clip your earlier bits, which were great. Otherwise, Tech, we'll look at nah. I can't even say it. We've sort of given up on the internet, on YouTube and stuff now. The old global, and I was going to make a joke. How much do you want to buy Rick? It's still, people still remember it today. I didn't think it was as good as people remember. I mean, you had some great tracks on it, absolutely brilliant tracks, and people still remember it today. So, how much do you want for? How much do you want to buy Rick? He's not going to answer me, is he? Sorry, Ad.
I'm back on deck.
Okay.
Yeah, or Trent, and I'm addressing Trent. Yeah, Trent's been through hell. And I know I'm talking out of school, Trent, but you've been through hell and you didn't deserve any of it. Trent's a terrific bloke. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of us do, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's seen as a weakness by some, but to me, it's not a weakness. G'day, Buick. How you going, mate? I haven't seen you for a while. I'm glad you can join in, Buick. The whole part about it is we are all unique. We're not a herd of sheep or something like that. And that's what makes us the people we are, our life experiences. And that is a bloody good thing. That we are the people we are, and we come together because we respect each other. And that creates jealousy from some because they might get some views or whatever. And this is the thing with YouTube. The nastier you are, the bigger fuckwit you are, the more views you get. Well, I'm happy with what I get because I am very, very lucky by being surrounded by positive people, and we can talk about real life. No one gets upset. A lot of us know each other, and that's the thing is this is our chance to catch up. Yes, I've been very lackadaisical, and it's not because of the people, because I miss the people to a certain extent. I get so pissed off with social media and all the rest of it that I don't and hadn't been streaming. Well, now I'm starting to feel guilty because I've neglected the people who have supported me. And I intend to pull my head out of my ass and give people a place where we can all talk about anything and everything. And the negativity will just be everybody who's got blue, any negativity, bang, gone. And that's what we want to do, create an atmosphere of kind of like, call it like family.
Can I disagree with you, Johnny?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
I would not go through a stream without you disagreeing with something.
Good. Um, I think we do the same online.
Yes.
We have a community of people. It's not big, but if you ever want to have a chat, I won't mention who else is in our little gang, but if ever I want to chat, I can call you. Or
Yeah.
if ever you fancy a chat, I can call you, and we can discuss politics, the world, religion, everything. So
Oh,
I've
Brent.
lost the thirst for YouTube because I have a group of people that I can talk to whenever I feel like it. There's always somebody that's open for a chat. So why do I need to go into YouTube where there's lots of idiots there that I have to sort of include because I want to chat with you or look, nah, should I mention them, Johnny?
If you want.
Oh, no, I won't.
No,
But
no,
we've
no,
got a good gang of people that I really enjoy talking to. So, to be honest, why do I need you? The only reason for you said you'll get rid of people, they would be people that want to grow your stream. When you look how Ben, not Ben, Fat, what do they call him, Fat?
Fat Tom.
Yeah. When he first started, he didn't ban anybody. They could say what he wanted, whatever they wanted, and he took it on the chin. And his stream, his subscribers grew ridiculously because there's lots of people in the world that don't want to be nice. Their life is shit. You're living in Thailand. I'm going to have a go at you because you're living the life I want to live. So fuck you. I'm going to say whatever I want, sort of thing. Do you follow my reasoning, or?
I do. I remember, and we're talking a lot of years ago. The Philippines, for interest, because I spent, and that's a very, very, it's a genre that's not good. And I did what I started off on in the Thai genre and stuff like that. Put out real information, and I wasn't saying, "Oh, send me $24.95 and I'll send you this information." I fucked a lot of them up, and purposely did it because I put out the same information for free. Click on the link, and that's what you need to do. I wasn't asking for $24.95, and I ridiculed the others for just being fucking e-beggars and liars and all the rest of it. Oh, wouldn't you like to live the way I do? I was a very hated person around quite a few of the genres because I proved them to be full of bullshit, and the information they were selling, I said, just click on the link, click on the link, click on the link. And I did that for a lot of years. So, yeah, I had a target on me back. Not that it worried me. Because the one thing about it, if you want to put out something, that's fine. No one's saying you have to or whatever. But if your bust ass broke in so-called paradise, saying, look at me, that's feeding bullshit. Like people with their you can live here for 200 US a month. Bullshit. I call it bullshit, and I had done for years, and there's still people doing it, and they're still going, oh, well, you subscribe to my channel and I'll give you more. Yeah, idiots. They're the same fucking. It's like a Ponzi thing. It's just a different breed of idiots, a different ratio, same bullshit,
Yep.
and that really pisses me off. If people weren't so lazy, they can look it up on the internet too. I look, I can put up. Well, here's how you get. Here's your visa stuff from Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, fucking half of Southeast Asia. I just go bang, 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 bang with all the links, and you follow the links, and you've done your shit.
Yeah. I do
And
understand.
I don't sell it. I don't need to. If somebody wants to send me $24.95, well, I'd be very appreciative, but I'm not monetized either. Nor have I got buy me a cup of coffee. What I do because I get enjoyment out of it, and I hate bullshit. The whole part about it, what we do in life is not everybody's cup of tea. What I do in my travels, a lot of people would say, go and get stuffed. This is bullshit.
Mm.
But I enjoy it.
It does get your goat. Old English expression. It does get your goat. Now, when you get people that have been here for 12 months, 2 years, and they're telling everybody how it all works. I think that's not how it works. You're still just a long-term tourist. And it does. I do get angry, no question about it. And the worst thing about it, Johnny, is I watch it because I'm angry, which is exactly the same way as the trolls work, and they have a go at you and me and whatever. I watch them because I'm angry at it because they're cunts. So no, I think I've got the moral high ground. But they win battles, but they will never win the war. Oh, that was pretty good, wasn't
Yeah, yeah. South, you're right. You're right. I keep up with a whole lot of it, and I'm not joking with you. As far as Myanmar, Burma, I prefer to call it Burma. Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Malaysia. I keep up with it because that's my interest. I don't post it like I used to, but the whole part about it, I'm not joking. I can just go bang and fill up the screen with every link you want. But we're all, and I watch a lot of news in Southeast Asia. But then again, I watch the real stuff in other countries as well, because it's what affects our buying power, who's doing what where. Yeah, fine, but the thing is, it's not only come to the Philippines, you can live for a couple of $100 a month. Bullshit. What happens if something goes wrong? And that's the other part about it. What happens if something goes wrong? You don't walk into a hospital like in this country. I walk into a hospital, I'm going to get the best care that's available in that hospital, and it don't cost me a cent because I've paid my levies and taxes all my life, all my working life, I should say. If I go to another country, well, it's out of my pocket, and if I haven't got the money, you die on the floor, or you've got adequate insurance, and that's the other thing with traveling. Make sure you've got adequate insurance with a company that isn't a pack of scammers. And one Australian company, they keep on rebranding themselves, but travel more insurance. I wouldn't give you 2 bob for them. If anything happens or whatever, they are useless. I had a claim.
Where are they based, Johnny?
Pardon?
Where are they based? Your travel, whatever you said.
Well, Travel More Insurance. It's an Australian kind of company, but I don't know where the underwriters and that come from. But
Right.
I had some stuff stolen once, and I put a claim in, and they said, "Oh, you got a police report," and I sent them the police report, which was written in to Tagalog. And they said, "Well, you're going to have to go back and get it, in English." And I said, "Well, okay."
Yeah.
I said, "Not a problem. You pay the air flight. I'll go back and get it done in English." I said, "You asked for the police report. There it is. If you can't get a translator, why the fuck should I?" Anyhow, it took 18 months, and they kind of said, carried on. And in the end, I said, "Go fuck yourself. Refund me what I paid you for the insurance, and that's it." And it's not slander. Travel More Insurance out of Australia don't have nothing to do with them. They're a waste of money. The whole part about it is I use the same mob, which is I've used for years, and we've had a few problems, and they've stepped right up to the plate and been really good. Right. But the one part about it is how many times I haven't got travel insurance. I couldn't afford it. If you can't afford your travel insurance, don't go anywhere.
Well, no, can I disagree for the second time, Johnny?
Well, I'd be surprised if you didn't.
No, there might be a third. But I've told you I had a slight problem earlier this year, in May, June. I had lots of treatment, and this is going to be... Perry's dying. Wasn't dying, but I did go into the emergency room. I was in for 30 minutes. I had lots of treatments, 3 doctors, consultations, x-rays, 2 x-rays. The whole works. £50. £50. We're talking 100 Aussie dollars. Now, I can live with that. What would it be anybody here who's from America? What would that cost? I spoke to three doctors. I swore I wouldn't tell this story because I know it's going to be, Perrin's dead. Not quite dead yet. But it's such a great story, I have to share it. 3 consultations with doctors, 2 x-rays, loads of pills, lots. I've got about a year's worth of medication. £50. So look, and the big problem is, and I also say to you, John, in Thailand, the big problem is when you reach 70. It's affordable up until 70, and then it is almost impossible to get insurance unless you've been there for a long time and you've got contacts or whatever. It's almost impossible to get health insurance after you're 70. You get accident insurance, you fall off your motorbike, no problem. It's ridiculously hard to find health insurance after you're 70. That wasn't quite a disagreement, was it, Johnny? But it was. I don't have any insurance at all.
Well, there is.
I have enough money in the bank to fork out £50 occasionally.
The one part about it is, it's right as far as an Australian travelling and whatever. I've looked at, there's always a different mob advertising or whatever. And, I do analyse the guts out of it because I'm not going to spend that 2 bob unless I'm going to get something out of it, if I need it.
Right.
And the funny part about it is, there'd been television advertising, internet advertising about a new kid on the block and all the rest. And I went through their bullshit, and they were virtually the double the price of the company I normally used, which I know for a fact are performers. I had my wallet stolen once.
Right.
And I went, oh shit! I rang them up, and they rang. I sent them a message, and they rang me, which was a good thing. And I told them what happened. They said, well, look, we can cancel your cards and shit like that, and organise a Western Union payment tomorrow at the local post office. And I said, well, that's good. And the next day, I went to the post office, because we're talking my money, not theirs, but they were organising stuff that would have really cost me a lot of money with international calls and stuff like that. And I went to the post office and picked up the Western Union transfer, which was mine, and they rang me again and said, right, you've got that now. We're cancelling all your cards on your behalf and all this kind of stuff. So, no one could, take anything. Is there anything else we can help you with, sir? And I said, no, you've been absolutely wonderful. And I've continued, although they're a little bit dearer than some of the others, but from that experience, that's why I've kept them with them, and that's Australia Post.
Yeah.
There's lots of other companies around this travel more insurance. My mate Russell. We did that in the old channel, the Russell series, and excuse me. Even though, I was there and he was travelling around a bit with me. I can't be awake 24 hours a day. Anyhow, Russell would slip out to the bars and whatever. No problems with that. And anyhow, he ended up doing his wallet and bloody God knows what. So, righto, we get onto this travel more insurance and we had to ring them up. We couldn't do it internet contact or anything like that. Well, that was costing a frigging fortune. And we're getting pissed around by idiots. And in the end, I said to him, look, Russell, I will send you some money via buddy Western Union. And just when you get home, And that was the funniest thing a lot. Google Maps. Oh, wonderful. We're walking around trying to look for this Western Union office. Well, the Western Union office was like a shoebox in the corner of this other little store, and we walked past it about fucking 20 times. And in the end, where's this Western Union? This is down in Wahin. Anyhow, Russell got some money. Beauty. I think I went back to the hotel and had an afternoon nap. And then 2 o'clock in the morning, there's a knock on me fucking door. Here's me mate Russell. Butcher a couple of beers, mate. Fucking, I said, you idiot, take a fucking beer. But there's travel more insurance. They did nothing. And yet prior to that, with the Australia Post mob, they bent over fucking backwards. And that was why.
When you say Australia Post, is that the same as we would say UK Post Office?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that must be a great recommendation, because Ed Sweeney, the guy who retired to Thailand,
Yeah, I know Ed Sweeney,
in
yes.
about May, I think May or maybe February, who had horrible news, and I think he took the news 100 times better than I would. You know, you got a brain tumor, then
I
it's
was
horrendous.
surprised. I was really surprised that he had a brain tumor.
Go on.
I didn't think he had a brain in his fucking head.
You know,
Sorry, Ed.
I knew that's what you were going to say. No, he's done a decent stream. He's got, I think, he's got a decent amount of subscribers. I don't mind the guy. It's not somebody I watch. I confess, I only watched it when he was ill. That sounds really pathetic from me, doesn't it?
Oh, that sounds like a funeral director.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
Oh,
waiting for.
I'll go and measure him up. I'll go and measure him up, and we'll make the coffin
Yeah,
for him.
but he. Okay, you can say no. She won't hear you. Minta just came in, Johnny. She just wanted to say hello. Can you go on?
Hello, Minta. How are you?
Hello, Tony.
There you go. And it's a bit sad because I haven't heard from him I haven't seen a live stream from him for a week or two. What was my point? Oh yeah, my point was his insurance that paid for him in Bangkok private hospital.
Yep.
Repatriated him to England. You know that costs. I know a friend of mine was repatriated. It's 20 grand to repatriate from Thailand to England, and they paid it all. And I think he's now not. I don't know what's happened to him now. I haven't seen anything from him for. I would think 2 weeks, but it's probably been a month now that I've heard anything from him.
Well, I did see one thing when he was saying, you know, I've got my sentence, I feel okay, so I'm going there. He won't get insurance, full stop.
No,
and I think in his mind he's kind of going to go and say, well, why die in England? I may as well die in Thailand, type of thing.
So yeah, and let's face it, he clearly had enough money to retire. 6 months ago. So he's got a lot of. I would guess he sold a house or whatever. So he's got enough money to live. So yeah, I don't think money is a problem for him at all. But I haven't seen anything from him for 2 weeks. So I think he took the diagnosis in a very stoic way. Right, I'll live with it, whatever it is. And the live streams he did were positive. He wasn't e-begging. He didn't say, I need money to do anything. He just said, this is the situation. So he went up in my estimation from the streams I used to watch, you know, the normal streams. I think he took it quite well. But
in honesty, Steve, you know, he did manga type streams and shit like that. Well, good luck to him.
right.
You know, when things went to shit, he kind of, you know, he battled through that.
Right.
And to me, from what I know of England, if I was going to die somewhere, I would prefer to die in Thailand in warmer weather, having a couple of beers and yahooing innocently with a few of the locals and all that kind of stuff than in a dirty, mongrel, dingy cunt of a country like England.
Johnny, I could not agree more. The health service in England, I don't know what it's like in Australia, but I'm guessing it's similar. I've got a really good friend, my best friend ever, who's had a ankle problem.
Yep.
He walks like an old man because he needs a new ankle. He played, and he genuinely played reasonable amateur football when he was younger. Broke his leg. His ankle is fucked, basically.
Yep.
Been waiting 2 years for an ankle operation. Hold on, Johnny. I'm going to have to mute myself for a moment because I've got me to hear play.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yep. You know, the one part about it, respectively, all our countries and the load on the taxpayer have changed a lot of things. And collectively, our governments are a joke. And that's the truth. And no one can argue with that. We as the common person can only keep on reminding the politicians why they're there. Because that's why they're there, because we vote them in to do what they said they're going to do, which half of them don't, except for make themselves rich and sell us down the road. But as far as health, it's gone down. With the skirmishes, nothing's a war anymore. Police actions, whatever. Through the UN and all the rest of it, all our countries have been forced to take people from those confrontations, which puts a load on our paid for services. And when it comes to when we want something, the services, the quality, the whatever has been cut because it's all about the money. And I think that's criminal myself. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the politics on a few of things because I think a lot of it's disgusting. But realistically, globally, we're all the same. And the other thing is, why do we need insurance to give us what we've all worked and paid for from day dot of working? Now we need to pay insurance to get what we should be getting. That's a very American idea. I personally think that's a slap in the face. But then again, like I say, our governments have sold everything else out, so why not that? I believe that it's a personal choice. You need to look after yourself and look after options. And living in Southeast Asia is a good option compared to Australia, for instance. Yes, you have to pay for stuff yourself. And here you have to pay for stuff. Unless it's a life-threatening thing, and then they'll only do a half-assed job to keep you alive, and then that's it, unless you've got private health insurance, which is bullshit. They're upselling something we've already paid for. I think that's criminal. Thailand, for instance, going back a few years ago, I was re-roofing the house. A lot of dust, a lot of shit like that. And I got a bit choked up. Went up to the local hospital. They gave me a little bit of oxygen, which I didn't really need, but Ventolin. And to pay the bill was 40 baht. Now, 40 baht is about we'll round it out, say a couple of dollars Australian. If I'd have been paying, open rate like that in Australia, it probably would have been about $500.
Yeah.
Because what we already have is overpriced, underdone, and you only have to go to a hospital here, and the waiting list, the queue. I was talking to a girl, and she saw they did an X-ray. I'm waiting to come back, and I said, "Oh, well, that won't take too long." She said, "Yeah, they did the X-ray yesterday." And that was 7 p.m. the next night. And she was still sitting in the reception-y type bit of the emergency area.
Right.
I said, "You got to be effing joking." She says, No. And I said, "Well, one thing about it, if it hadn't been really, really serious or anything like that, they would have come and got you by now. So if I were you, I'd just go home."
Hello, Deb's Crazy Daily. Welcome.
Yes, Debs. Welcome, Debs. Great to see you, Debs. Thanks for your support, Debs.
Jump on the panel, Debs. We got two old fogies here chatting about nostalgia and health issues and whatever.
Actually,
We need a female's point of view here, and South won't come on. So
why not? Come on, South.
that was a joke. I want a female's point of view. South's not here. So
Yeah,
it's got to be.
I can remember the last time you got a female's point of view when you didn't agree with it.
What was that one?
Oh, we won't go into that.
No. That sounds a bit dangerous.
The thing is, I'm reading back through the chat, and you're right, South. A few of the countries, quite a few of Southeast Asia, they're virtually changing stuff every 24 bloody hours. It's pretty hard to keep up with. I do like the idea that Thailand kind of threw out there. Cambodia was the first to sign on to it. Was the six country visa. I think that was a very good idea to promote that part of Southeast Asia and get people spending their money as they're moving around. I think that's good for the countries. But as far as the others to sign on to it and everybody sign off eventually, it might take a few years. But I think personally that'd be good. But then again, I don't mind, because I've got nothing to hide. I don't mind country by country. Yeah, it costs you a couple of dollars, but big deal. That's how they make money for infrastructure and shit like that, and the boss's fucking party, and so, yeah, whatever. But it's a good thing. Southeast Asia and stuff like that, I've got no problems. That's who I am. That's whatever. Because I've done nothing wrong. I've got nothing to hide. You come back to this country, everybody's saying, "Oh, that they want this, they want that. That's an invasion of privacy." Well, what do you got to hide? That's the big question.
Number 3. Hold on, Johnny. I've got to silence it again. I'll remember what I'm talking about. I've just got to mute for a second.
Yep, that's okay. One thing about it is, we all found Spoon. I like Spoon. He can be everything you want and everything you don't want. That's why he's I like Spoon. And I'm glad we did it. And we the one thing as was we met some arseholes and we met some bloody good people too.
Now, Johnny,
Yes, mate.
I've forgotten my point. What were you? Do you remember what you were talking about before Minter came in to get me to do her phone?
I think we're talking about health insurances and shit like that, and
No,
I was talking about the 6 country bloody visa type of thing. You know how that's kind of trying to get into play. How's that?
no. It wasn't the thing that fired me up. My bad, I'm sure I will find number 3 because I think that's fair. 3 disagreements on a stream is more than fair.
Well, you know the whole part about it is what would you like to disagree about? And we'll just cut to the chase.
All right. No, Johnny, I'm not disagreeing with you about anything, mate. I'm just glad Deb's Crazy Daily is joined. That's a great name, isn't it? Deb's Crazy Daily.
Well, you know, Tracy's nature's a part of Deb's.
Okay.
And there's more than one Deb's, but the whole part about that channel, people click onto it, subscribe to Deb's. It's
Right.
24/7.
I think let me just check. I think I'm subscribed already. I can check, I think, because I have the power to go to channel.
Yeah.
Deb's Crazy Daily. Yeah, I'm already subscribed for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing about it is there's always somebody there 24/7. And
Wow.
and the one thing about the group that runs the channel, you know, different parts of the globe to a certain extent, their goal is their goal is kind of what I'm doing tonight. A place for people to drop in and have a yap, you know, have a talk, whatever.
But they don't get as many viewers as they should get.
I know, and that's why.
I'm just going to swap my earphones, but I can still hear you.
That's why people subscribe to Deb's Daily, and you know the one part about Deb's does, you know, for a bit of entertainment, you might do a crosswordy thing or a hangman or whatever, a little bit of interactive stuff, you know. But the channel's always got someone there, 24/7. A great effort, and they've been going for a few years, and I'll tell you what, it is a great effort. We'll need more. What are you doing? Shaving the dog? Sounds like a buzzsaw going. What are you doing? Wrap up the kid.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a lot of. What are you doing? Running a buzzsaw in the background.
Does it sound bad? Does it?
Yeah, real bad.
Hold on.
That sounds good. Well, good morning, Deb. Yeah, what do you reckon? As he put his finger in the socket. Anyway, how you been, mate? Hmm. He blanked out the microphone, so we can't hear the ambulance coming. No, I don't think so. Yeah, so about another 10 minutes, and I'll finish up the stream. Getting a bit late here anyway. But once again, I appreciate everybody that's dropped by, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your support.
You
But
can't.
mate,
Can you hear me now, Johnny?
I can. That's fine.
Okay. But you're going to close anyway.
No, I was just going to say about another 10 minutes, and you're getting close to bedtime type of thing.
Well, yeah, you're 4 hours ahead of me, so you're midnight there, yeah?
Oh, well, 11:26 p.m. So
11.
not quite right. Yeah,
4
11:20.
hours.
Or you might as well say 11:30 for argument's sake.
In Thailand, it's 1926. So
Yeah, and that is actually another good subject.
go on.
Long distance relationships.
Yes.
And time barriers.
Yeah.
Right. We have
It's a great idea for a stream.
But I'm just gonna, we have this bullshit daylight saving crap, which is a load of crap. But if you have a girlfriend somewhere else, like as what you've just said, I'm 4 hours ahead of your time.
Mm.
Like if we're talking in the morning, not in the afternoon, you've just woken up and I've kind of done half my day's work type of thing or whatever. And you go and do your bit of work and then you call back of a night and the frustrating part is your beloved is falling asleep and not so coherent or whatever.
Mm.
The frustrations that builds too, because 4 hours, half a day, realistically.
Well, I'll tell you old stories, nostalgia. Back in the old days when people had girlfriends in Thailand, they were always worried that they would be working in a bar rather than just planting rice or working in a shop or whatever. So they used to have CCTV put into the house that they'd bought.
Yeah.
Check that the girl was there. Now, girls can't do that. They can't say, "Oh, I'm working on the farm." They say, "Well, open your camera then, just so I can see the rice fields." So phones aren't as good for girls as they used to be. It was much easier for them to lie 20 years ago.
Oh, yes, but let's face it, everybody enters a relationship with rose-colored glasses and everything's going to be so wonderful. And realistically, the bliss and all of that, it's like I've always said, a dross, the marriage shortcut. Find a woman you hate and buy her a house. It'll save all the heartache.
That's a good one. I've heard it before, but it's a cracking idea.
I have said that one a few times.
But it is a super line. But I've said this before as well. I found a woman that can put up with me for 20 years. You know me, Johnny.
who could put up with me for 20 years?
Well,
They've got to have something about them that they can put up with me for 20 years. And,
well,
and I genuinely think that. I think, fuck me. Johnny, you're a brilliant friend, as you said before, lifelong friends. If we lived together for 7 days, we'd be killing each other.
no, don't forget we've gone out and had a few drinky poos together,
Yeah.
and I've put you on my shoulder and carried you home.
All right,
You
then.
know, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it every night.
If
I'm not
we
going to
live
do it
together
every
for a
night.
month, if we live
you know.
together for a month, and it's true, honestly, somebody can put up with me for 20 years. Yeah, give me a bit of credit.
Well, I will admit a little bit of my habits rubbed off onto your wife, because
That sounds a bit ominous, but go on.
you know. But she kind of went, "Do you want a cup of coffee or do you want a beer?" And I was, "Oh well, yeah, both will be fine." And you know the thing about it is, down with my father-in-law, he kind of we get out of bed of a morning and you know, go outside because I don't smoke inside a residence and have a cigarette. And my father-in-law would bring me out a beer and a cup of coffee, and I thought, why battle fucking Providence or whatever? I'll just have both. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
couldn't agree more. But then that's a deeper subject. I mean, I give all my family total respect, my Thai family or whatever, and they give me total respect back.
yes.
And I was surprised when, when Brian Flowers was in trouble with his wife in jail.
Now
He turned around and said, and he'd been with his wife for a number of years. He said, it was quite nice because I'd never spoken to her family before. When she was in jail and they're all trying to be grouped to it. What? You got a Thai wife and you don't know anything about their family? And there's lots of people that think that.
Well, the whole part about that.
You are. Let me just say one more thing. You're above my level, but you came to my mother-in-law and father-in-law's house.
Yes,
what
correct.
A welcome we got. I wish you'd been back the next week because we had a super party. But
the funniest thing was, like, you're tall. You know, I'm only 4'6" tall, but the thing is, walked in and your in-laws kind of went, well, he's kind of tall too.
Yeah.
And all right, we might look like, you know, whatever, but I always offer respect. I don't expect it back, but I always offer it. Your Thai family respected me immensely and welcomed me, which is.
Well, I hope you saw they were really happy that I brought my friend to their house.
Yes,
that means a hell of a lot to Thais.
You know, the same as, like, when I go up to my Thai family, and this is the part when I say, when I go over to Thailand, I see my family and friends, and the family is spread out. And if I don't go and see one of them, they really get pretty angry. Well, why did you go and see that one for and not me? What did I do wrong? And all that kind of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it
My mother, I didn't go to the house I took you to. I didn't go
Yeah.
there for 2 or 3 months. And Luckham said, "Is my mum out? She's worried you're not coming to her." Because anybody listening, as soon as we go in there, she brings out coffee because she does really nice coffee.
yeah,
And I said, no, it's just I've been busy or lazy or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, they Thais are super at it. They really like you visiting, and regardless of what everybody tells you on the internet, it's not for money. I went to a
No.
great party about a couple of weeks after you went back, Johnny,
Yeah.
and they tricked me. I wasn't going to go out, but they said they were the brother and sister and their two partners said we're going home at midday. So if you want to see us, come out 10 o'clock. I went out 10 o'clock, had one beer. Then they said, no, we were only joking. We're staying here all night, all day and all night. And we've got lots of beer. I bought beers about 4 hours into it, only because I felt guilty. And I had to force buying the beers. No, look, you got to go and get beers because we bought. They are the best hosts in the world, and as long as you're part of their gang, nobody says, "Oh, right, the flang's here, he's going to pay for the beer." Totally the opposite. Totally.
Correct.
Okay, Johnny. I think we should. I think you're right. We should finish now.
Yep. We've been going for a couple of hours, but yeah, well, realistically, I can remember streams of, you as a foreigner, you'll never get accepted and all that kind of stuff. And I always said to myself, if you don't get accepted by the family, your marriage is not going to last, or your relationship's not going to last very long, and you must be an arsehole because.
Yeah.
What gives you the right to walk into somebody else's country and claim supremacy? That means you're going to trip over your own bullshit and end up with your face in crap. Because if you don't have the ability to be able to treat other people with respect and have humility, you'll go nowhere in life on a relationship level, and especially with a mixed cultural.
Yeah, Johnny, I couldn't agree more.
And on that note, people, I'm going to say to you, take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you again very soon. Good night.
Good night, Johnny. Good night, everyone in the chat.